In the last couple of years, I've played with the idea of getting an Apple Watch, but never did. And that's weird for a guy who always upgrades to the latest iPhone, AirPods, so why did I hold back? Short answer, the shape. My current watch is a rugged fossil, complete opposite of the Apple Watch, but pretty similar to a Amazfit T-Rex that we just got for review. So I jumped at the chance to test the T-Rex myself and see if it's worth getting a smartwatch. Now, Amazfit T-Rex is a big watch at around 47 millimeters, but surprisingly light at about 58 grams. The 22 millimeter silicone strap is very flexible and comfortable. This one is in rock black, but you can buy it in 4 other colors. You'll notice the frame isn't flush with a 1.3-inch OLED display, but that's not a bad thing. It's meant to protect it from falls, just as the Gorilla Glass 3, while the anti-fingerprint coating will save you some screen wipes. Amazfit T-Rex has a bold, functional design because it ultimately has to withstand anything and everything. Not kidding. It has 12 military-grade certifications resistant to harsh environments. It should work fine in 70 degrees Celsius and at negative 40 degrees Celsius. But maybe don't push your luck, unless you want it to go extinct. I mean, it is a T-Rex after all, am I right? Although it has a polymer body reinforced by an alloy, HUAMI says you can wear it up to 240 hours in high humidity and 96 hours in salt, acid, or alkali environments. And of course, you can go underwater with it, up to 50 meters. Gotta say, after we came back from Las Vegas, the land of slot machines, man was I missing the physical buttons. But Amazfit got me through the withdrawal period. I smashed those 4 buttons more than I'd like to admit. They're comfortable to press and they have a nice grip, but I would have liked to feel more of a click when pressed. The AMOLED display with a 360 by 360 resolution is pretty bright, even during the day, and the colors are vibrant. I loved the always-on mode and wanted to keep it as a main face watch, but I couldn't. HUAMI, if you're seeing this, help a guy out at the next update, please. Now, there are only 2 other watch face options on the device. Of course, the companion app gives you 30 extra to choose from, but you'll have to install them one by one. Once you install a new watch face, you can only switch it with the 2 already saved. And you have to wait more than a minute for a face to be installed, which is a little too long if you ask me, especially for a 2020 smartwatch. On the back, you have your heart rate sensor and the pogo pins for USB charging. HUAMI made this watch to survive anything, even the apocalypse. Well, almost. But with heart rate monitoring, compass, GPS, GLONASS, it definitely can be a testimony of the end of the world. I actually love testing step count, heart rate, and sleep monitoring since I've been a bit out of whack with all that jet lag. Of course, there are 14 different activities you can track, from cycling to outdoor skiing. But before we see how it performs, we'll leave you the entire spec sheet here to review. Just pause to see every specification. Otherwise, let's move on. In the past 3 weeks I've used it, I walked a lot, especially in New York. There, due to all the skyscrapers and close-knit buildings, the GPS signal was on and off. But the rest of the time, it was pretty flawless. In parks, for example, it worked just fine. And when I wanted to take it further, see how it does while driving, in cycling mode, it showed routes perfectly. However, every time I stopped at a traffic light, real-time speed updates had a bit of a lag. At the end of an activity, you can see a summary of your efforts on the watch's screen or on your phone. And seeing all that info in vibrant colors on an OLED display is extremely satisfying, even after just 10 minutes of working out. We can't review a smartwatch these days without going into heart rate monitoring. When you're active, that's done continuously. Otherwise, you get an update once a minute. But hey, you can select the frequency from the app, along with other modes like sleep assistant or automatic heart rate detection. The latter depleting the battery pretty fast. Notifications are key in a smartwatch, but because there's no speaker, T-Rex will vibrate to alert you of incoming notifications, besides seeing them on the screen. Vibrations are customizable too. You can select what notifications you want to receive from the app. I checked all: calls and texts, emails, reminders, alarm, and other alerts. Getting every notification on the watch means taking out the phone less. Plus, it's very useful when you don't have your phone next to you. Fortunately though, you can't reply to them from the watch. By the way, these reviews take a while, so if you love them, just let us know by liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell button at the bottom. That way you're notified when a new review is up. Some start their day reading the horoscope. Others want to check the weather even before grabbing their phones. I'm not one of them, but when I'm traveling or have a shoot, weather updates are key. So I set the watch to show them at a press of a button. The upper right button, to be precise, the only one you get to set up. Just as it does on its other smartwatches, Amazfit uses its own software for the T-Rex, so no more Wear OS. But hey, don't panic. You won't experience bugs and crashes. At least I didn't. Another plus when it comes to battery life. Before you ask, yes, it works with Strava. But first you have to authorize data access. There's no music storage, but thanks to Bluetooth, the watch will show you the song, artist, volume, and playback progress from the phone. And from there, you can change the song and volume on the phone or the connected Bluetooth speaker. Imagine doing that directly from the pool instead of having to get out and do it manually. So much easier. The mobile app is intuitive, but HUAMI should really get a dark mode, especially since the activity summary is already on the dark side. In automatic heart rate detection mode, sleep tracking has its hiccups. The watch didn't detect when I left the bed and walked out of the room. It also didn't differentiate between lying in bed and sleeping. That said, overnight while you're sleeping, the always-on mode is automatically disabled to save battery and enabled once it senses movement. Pretty cool. HUAMI says the battery lasts up to 20 days. The way I used it though, with all notifications enabled, alarm on, few activities tracked a day, and changing the watch face frequently, it lasted about 5 to 6 days. Not bad at all. When it gets to 10% battery left, the watch face changes to a simple monochromatic one. Heart rate monitoring is disabled, leaving just the essential info and step count. To see your normal watch face again, simply press and hold the upper right button for a couple of seconds. To get to 100%, you need to charge it for an hour. The magnetic pins connect easily and seamlessly. How much for all of this? Just $139 USD, about a third of the Apple Watch 5. We'd say pretty amazing value, guys. That's plus the long-lasting battery and the innovative military-grade resistance to cold and heat, humidity and salt, prove once again why Amazfit T-Rex won a TTL award this year at CES. But that's our take on it. What do you think? Is the price on par with other outdoor smartwatches? Do battery and fitness features meet your expectations? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget, subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to see more videos like this. See ya, folks.